Today I'm going to be taking you through a short 10-minute class that's going to help relieve symptoms of stress and anxiety. Yoga is an incredible tool that can teach your body how to cope with these overwhelming sensations and irrational thoughts. So using breath, using movement, we'll be able to kind of combat them. You'll also learn how to tackle those feelings a little bit better next time they come around as well. So whenever you do feel anxious, feel free to pop this video on. Give yourself those necessary 10 minutes to bring your body back to center, allowing the parasympathetic nervous system to do its job. So without further ado, let's get started. All right, so we're gonna get started on our backs. Slowly make your way to the floor. Allow yourself to melt into the ground, giving your body that sense of stability as the earth holds it up. It can be very soothing during times of anxiety. Just to get close to the ground helps your body know that it's safe and that there's no need to be anxious. Take a deep inhale through the nose and exhale, release. On the next inhale, bring your right knee into your chest. Squeeze it in nice and tight. Then draw your knee towards your right armpit, just kind of opening up the hip area a little bit. Then with your left hand, guide your right knee up and over your body. Send your right arm out long, come into supine twist, keeping both of your shoulders glued to the ground. Maintaining nice and steady breath. Inhale, draw the knee back into the chest. Give yourself a really nice big hug and then send your right leg out long. Bring your left knee into the chest, hug it in nice and tight. Draw the left knee down towards your left armpit, opening up the hip. With your right hand, guide your left knee up and over your body into supine twist. Send your left arm out long on the side of you. Reaching out, drawing both shoulder blades down towards the mat, making sure that they stay glued there. Keeping that nice smooth cadence of breath. Inhale, left knee comes back into your chest, nice big hug, and then send your left leg out long. My ponytail's in just the right spot to kind of not allow my head to rest properly. Bring both your feet close to your bum. You want to be able to touch your ankles here. Plant your hands firmly down onto your mat and then send your hips all the way up to the sky, coming into bridge pose. So your hips are as high as they possibly can go. You're squeezing your bum, drawing your shoulder blades together to lift up a little bit more. One more inhale here. And then as you exhale, lower down vertebra by vertebra, slowly laying each part of your spine down one at a time until your sit bones rest onto the mat. From here, grab behind your knees, rock and roll all the way to the top. So you'll swing your legs in front of you and then all the way up. Maybe you'll do this once, maybe you'll do this twice. Rocking and rolling the body all the way up into tabletop position. From here, bring your knees and your feet together and then bring your knees out as wide as your mat. So your toes are touching. Push back as you come into child's pose, resting your forehead on the mat. Now, I want you to take a deep inhale through the nose. And when you can't get any more air in, I want you to imagine all your worries and fears go out of your body with your exhalation out onto your mat into the earth. Let's do that again. Inhale. All those leftover fears, worries, all of them collecting with your breath. And as you exhale, they all come out onto the mat and run off your mat into the earth. One more time, inhale. Exhale all your worries and fears out of your body. Inhale, walk your hands over to the right. So you'll feel a deep side body stretch along the left side. Bring your right hand beneath your right shoulder and twist over to the right, getting deep into the left shoulder. Plant your forehead back to the mat. Bring your right hand to meet your left. Then walk your left hand over to the left and then your right hand. Bring your forehead down to the mat. Deep side body stretch along the right side. Left hand beneath your left shoulder. Twist over to the left, deep into that right shoulder. A place where we hold tons and tons and tons of tension. Forehead back to the mat, left hand back to meet your right, and then walk your hands over to the middle of the mat again. Draw your chest down towards the earth, feeling a deep stretch in both of your shoulders. On the next inhale, come all the way back up to a tabletop position. We're going to begin to do some rounds of cat-cow, linking our breath to help activate the parasympathetic nervous system. So inhale, draw the belly button down towards the mat as you send your gaze out in front of you, drawing the shoulder blades together. Exhale, round the spine, pushing the shoulder blades apart from one another. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. Go at your own pace. This can be slower or faster than me. Finding what relaxes you. Everybody is different. And through movement, through yoga, we begin to find our own practice. Find what works best for us, and we can begin to implement that into our classes, into our practice. 2 more rounds here. Come back to a neutral spine. Tuck your toes, find downward facing dog. Pedal out the feet to release the hamstrings. And take deep breaths. Inverting the body helps get that blood flow to the brain and activate the parasympathetic nervous system, encouraging rational thought, because of course anxiety is full of irrational thoughts. Coming back to neutral down dog. Inhale, look to the top of the mat. Now step your right foot onto the outer corner of your mat and then your left foot on the outer corner of the mat. And then sink your hips down as you find Malasana. Drawing your knees out on either side of you, see if you can bring your elbows together so we're not pushing our knees out with our arms. And then bring them back. Now find forward fold. Relaxing your shoulders and your head. Grab both your elbows and sway from side to side. Feeling the release in your hamstrings, your back, shoulders and neck. Inhale, find halfway lift. And then as you exhale, you're going to step your left foot back to find low lunge. So you can shuffle a little bit to make sure that your lunge is comfortable for you. Making sure that you feel a nice deep stretch in the front of the left hip. Keeping your toes tucked, begin to push back and find half splits. So you may be up here, you may need to bend your knee, that's totally okay. It doesn't need to look all crazy like this. You can come all the way up, keep the knee bent if you need to. Just make sure that your spine is nice and long. We're not rounding to straighten the leg here. Come back into the low lunge, turn your toe back out, and then find Malasana again. Deep inhale, exhale, release. Deep inhale. As you exhale, find forward fold again. Inhale, halfway lift. As you exhale, step your right foot back, finding low lunge on the other side. Shuffle as needed. Inhale. As you exhale, find that half split on the other side. Remember, you can bend the knee here. Make sure that your spine is nice and long. Deep inhale. Exhale, come back to the low lunge. Turn your foot out again and then find Malasana. One more breath here. Exhale, release. Find forward fold. Halfway lift. Exhale, back down. And slowly begin to rise all the way up to standing mountain pose. Face your palms to the front of the room. Close your eyes and notice how you feel. With closed eyes, slowly begin to lean to the right, lean to the back, lean to the left, and forward. One more circle, right, back, left, forward, knowing that your body is always there for you to catch you, and you will be able to find balance. Come back to a neutral position. Inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. Exhale, dive it down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, dive it down. Plant your hands down and step back, finding high plank. Nice, long, strong plank. And then lower your knees down, finding tabletop position. Inhale, reach your right arm all the way up to the sky, and then thread it through underneath your left arm, placing your right shoulder down to your mat and reaching your left arm out in front of you. Thread the needle pose. Keeping the breath nice and steady. Plant your left hand beneath your left shoulder and then come back, reaching your right arm up towards the sky and bring it back down. Left arm all the way up to the sky, thread it through underneath your right and fine thread the needle on the other side, planting your left shoulder down to your mat and reaching your right arm up and above you. Deep inhale. Exhale, release. Right hand underneath your right shoulder, come all the way back up, reaching your left arm up towards the sky and plant it back down. And let's find a seat. So finding whatever's comfortable for you, maybe you'll just cross your legs, place your hands on your knees, close your eyes, notice how you feel. Roll your shoulders back, sit up nice and tall, lengthening the spine. Inhale, reach your arms all the way up to the sky. Bring your palms to meet and float your hands down to your sternum. Thank you so much for taking the time to practice with me. And I hope that you feel so much relief. Whenever you feel this again, come back to this practice. Center yourself, ground yourself. Namaste.